Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Void Shadows DLC, all companions builds. Next in line is Kibellah, the Bladedancer, Executioner, main assassin of the Bloodspawn web. This new companion came with the Void Shadows DLC and it has two different archetypes. Basically, Kibellah is a melee bruiser. Let's not waste time, and let's go.
Are you ready for Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader? As I am. The Emperor protects.
What are the main stats on Kibellah? Main characteristics here is definitely strength, weapon skill, and agility. Agility being the most important one out of them all, so she receives huge percentage to dodge, and she relies a lot on parry. These are the characteristics that you want on Kibellah. As far as skills go, the main one is Medike, because she scales heavily out of Medike, and this is the one that you should max out immediately. After Medike, we go with Athletics and Demolition. Kibellah is a Bladedancer, Executioner, Exemplar. The Bladedancer is the new beginning archetype. So it begins with a Blade Dance. On the next level, it's Medike. Again, we scale off of Medike. Then bread and butter skill, Death from Above. Then the best ulti in a game, in the entire game, belongs to Kibellah. It's Death Waltz. This is a boss killer, phenomenal ulti. It's absolutely insane, and I believe they're gonna nerf this one. The next thing that we're gonna take is In Footsteps of Death. After that, we're taking common feature Nimble for extra dodge. Then we take Agility again for dodge. Then we're gonna take Blood Oath, a new skill on Kibellah. Then Athletics, into Weapon Skill, into Blade in his hands, into Medike, into Dueling Mastery for additional parry percentage. Then we upgrade Death Walls with ulti upgrade number 3. This is extremely important. After that, we're taking a Death Warden, into Weapon Skill, into Acrobatic Artistry, into Rising Tempo, into Agility, into Athletics. Then we go with a Bloody Mess, into Awareness, into Strength, into Slip Away, and the final ulti upgrade is upgrade number 2 for Death Walls. And that's how we finish off Bladedancer. After that, we're taking the new archetype called Executioner. Executioner relies on damage over time combined with the Bladedancer. It puts insane amount of damage and insane amount of attacks on Kibellah during her round. So she comes with a Forced Repentance, Scourging Strikes, and the keystone feature where it hurts. Again, this is all about damage over time. After that, we're taking Gift of Torment. On the next one, we take Acute Pain into Carnival of Misery. Then we're gonna take Action Points Increase, Power Spike into Strength, into Weapon Skill. Then we take Anatomy Expert into Reckless Abandon. Then we're taking Reprieve into Medike, into Weapon Skill, into It Will Not Die for extra wounds, into Deep Laceration. Then we're taking Agility, into Medike, into Carnival of Misery ulti upgrade number 3, into Battle of Attrition, into Agility. Then we take Demolition. Then we're taking Terrifying Strike, into Combat Master, into Does It Hurt. Then we're taking Strength, Demolition, Reveling in Suffering, into Strength, into Just a Flesh Wound, and at the end we finish with ulti Carnival of Misery upgrade number 2, and now she becomes an Exemplar, where we're gonna take Know It All as the first Exemplar talent. Then we're taking Race Against Death. Then we're taking Demolition, into Master of Torture, into Agility, into Dance of Thorns. Then we're taking Captive Audience, into Medike, and now we're taking Eager for Battle for extra action points, extra pain that you can deal. Then we're taking Hardened Body into Agility, into Facing the End. Then we're taking Pain Resonance with Weapon Skill. After that, Everlasting Agony into Swift Movements, Extra Mobility, Medike, into Perfection Under Fire Exemplar talent. Then we're taking Power Spike Action Point Increase. Then we're taking It Takes Two into demolition, into blood rush, into demolition, into open the veins. Then we take toughness, strength, demolition, peak condition for extra pain. Okay, strength equals more damage. Then we take guillotine, then we're gonna take wrecking weakness, then we're gonna take athletics, into unforgiving, into grenadier for some free frags, into veil of blades, into strength, and we finish off with toughest steel, so she cannot die against the final boss with a grand performance, and the final one would be action point power spike. What are the items that we use on Kibellah? Everything that has parry, dodge, crit, movement points, medike is the best freaking thing on items. Those would be the items on Kibellah. In one weapon slot, we're gonna dual wield swords, always swords. In this case, Whispering Mercy and Singing Retribution. In the other slot, we take a two-handed weapon, so we can switch between both. Depends what we need during combat. For the helmet, we're using Lingering Whisper. Then for the armor, there's a lot of great that cult assassin armors in a game. This is Bygone Sorrow. There's a bunch of them, to be honest. As you can see here, there's Silent Death. I also equip some on my characters as well. Basically everything that looks weird like this, high spinner armor and so on, all of that is valid on Kibellah, and everything that has dodge basically for armor. For trinkets, medike, flat. Again, medike, stacking. For amulet, that cult assassin, blood blessed, temporary toughness for 2 rounds. Master Surgeon gloves, again, medike gloves, okay, heavy scaling out of medike. For the cape, swashbuckler cloak, so she receives extra chance to hit, basically she hurts more with this. And for boots for parry, fencing boots, because she relies on dodge and parry, yeah. As far as consumables, you always need to use her blood vial to spread blood on the floor. She profits out of it, okay? And stims, extra action points, extra movement points. Kibellah can easily cover 5 screens of movement points with her abilities and skills, because every time when you use a skill that deals damage to Kibellah, okay, she deals self-damage in order to buff herself, so she deals pain to herself in order to deal damage. Most of her spells do that. Whenever you use her spells, she gains extra movement points and she dances on screen, basically. That's why she's a Bladedancer, yeah. Early game with a Bladedancer, you go towards enemies, you use that from above few times, jump around enemies, hit them. You use Blade Dance, you hit them with a basic strike, and then you use Acrobatic Artistry to go back to your previous position. Once you want to burst out an enemy or a boss, you use that waltz. That's how simple it is. What changes later on in late game, you use Raining Blood, you use all of the self buffs, Carnival, Terrifying Strike, Reckless Abandon, Where It Hurts, Gift of Torment, everything that you have basically, you self buff, and then you repeat this combo down here. That's about it with Kibellah. Very simple. She, again, has the strongest ulti in the game with Death Waltz. This ulti can one-shot final boss on unfair difficulty, and it's probably gonna get nerfed. Kibellah is mega fun to play with. She merges extremely well with a Cassia build that I gave, okay, because of stacking burning and bleeding from both, and she's extremely strong, and I would say the 3rd strongest companion in a game, and probably the strongest single target damage in a game. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.